What is adverse impact in layoffs and RIFs? Imagine a company needing to reduce its workforce and deciding how to pick which employees to let go. Even if they choose based on performance or seniority, the results might still be unfair to certain groups. That's what adverse impact is all about. It happens when a neutral policy or practice during layoffs or reductions causes a disproportionate number of members from protected groups, like those based on age, race, or gender, to be affected. For example, if a company uses performance ratings to decide who stays and who goes, but older workers tend to score lower on those ratings, more older employees might be laid off. Even if the company didn't mean to discriminate, the outcome could still be unfair. Laws in the United States, like the Civil Rights Act of 1964, prevent employment practices that unintentionally harm protected groups. To figure out if adverse impact exists, companies often do an analysis. They compare the percentage of protected group members who are laid off to the percentage of others. If the rate for the protected group is less than 80% of the rate for the group with the highest rate, it's usually seen as evidence of adverse impact. For example, if 50% of younger workers are kept but only 20% of older workers are, that could be a sign of adverse impact based on age. When adverse impact is found, the employer must show that their decision criteria are truly related to the job. They need to prove that the reasons for layoffs are necessary and valid for the business. If they cannot do this, the policy might be considered illegal, even if there was no intention to discriminate. It's a good idea for employers to review their layoff plans beforehand. They should look at the demographic data of those being let go to see if any protected groups are being affected more than others. If they find disparities, they might need to change their criteria or provide additional explanations. Ignoring adverse impact can lead to legal trouble, including lawsuits and financial penalties. Remember, adverse impact is different from intentional discrimination, which is called disparate treatment. The key difference is that adverse impact involves policies that seem neutral but have unfair results. Both are against the law, but they requiring different defenses. In the end, understanding adverse impact helps employers create fairer layoff processes. It also helps them stay compliant with employment laws and avoid legal issues. Being proactive in analyzing and adjusting policies ensures that layoffs are handled in a way that is both fair and lawful.